Hello, everybody. Thank you for watching and listening to The Political Vigilante. My name is Graham Elwood. So there's an article in the LA Times, and it was written by Katie Mather. And basically what it is going, what is going through is, so the Los Angeles Police Department has become the largest police department that is now going to test using drones. As a panel signed off on this thing, and a lot of people are not happy about this, and they got there's been basically a year-long debate. So they got a couple of these pieces of equipment from a Seattle police department maybe a year or so ago, and it was met with a lot of resistance, so they had a big oversight committee and all this other stuff. And the police commission's 3-1 vote that just happened on last Tuesday is in favor of it. So, of course, the police department is saying, well, this will help us if, there's an active shooter or somebody's barricaded in a thing. And this is just increases their surveillance state. I don't like these drones at all. I just see them all over the place. I wish the city I lived in were to just ban them, because I'm just at the beach and I see them in the air, and someone could be using anything with that footage. I just don't like it. And I don't trust the Los Angeles Police Department to not abuse this drone stuff. I just don't. I don't trust them. So yes, the cases you can make, well, the drones are good and we're not putting officers in harm's way and all this stuff, but these kinds of technologies, they always get abused. And it's really, we've already militarized our police way, way, way too much. And now, I'm sorry. I really want to be talking about how to implement more community policing, not more military strategy, because the military uses drones like this. So I don't, I'll go into the article, but it's, yeah, I don't trust them. And here's somebody, Jim Lafferty of the National Lawyers Guild of Los Angeles says mission creep is, of course, the concern. The history of this department is of starting off with supposedly good intentions about the new toys that it gets, only to then get too tempted by what they can do with those toys. LAPD Chief Charlie Beck said the department probably would purchase 2 drones, one to use and one for backup, and roll them out in about 30 days. The debate for this began in 2014 when the department got this. I said they got the 2 drones from Seattle. And Beck, at the time, Police Chief Beck said, I will not sacrifice public support for a piece of police equipment, he said at the time. But then Commissioner Cynthia McCain-Hill, who cast the sole vote against the drone program Tuesday, asked Beck about the comments 3 years ago and why he thought now was a good time to revisit the issue. He pointed to the wider use of drones by other agencies and what he described as a much more robust feedback mechanism this time around. Robust feedback mechanism. Yeah, I see police departments sending these things all over the place and just violating our rights. There's cameras everywhere. We've become a complete surveillance state. I don't like this at all. And the ACLU, of course, didn't like it. So Matt Johnson, the police commission's vice president, said specific changes were made to the rules in response to concerns, including the ban of facial recognition software, which they're going to still use even if they're not allowed to. Under these rules, only SWAT officers will be allowed to fly drones during a handful of specific high-risk situations. They can also be used during search and rescue operations or when looking for armed suspects who have superior firepower and extraordinary tactical advantage, or are suspected of shooting at an officer. So they're just going to start shooting in the air at the drones, spraying fire all over the neighborhood. Right? Isn't that what an active shooter would do? Sees the drones, just taking photos of me, bam, bam, bam. So now there's just bullets flying wherever. Each flight must be approved by a high-ranking officer. Any request to fly a drone, whether approved or not, will be documented and reviewed. The Police Commission will also receive quarterly reports that will be made public. At the end of the year-long program, commissioners will review how the drones were used and decide whether to continue. Yeah. I don't buy it. I don't like it. I don't buy it. I'm glad someone at least reported this. But, it's kind of typical mainstream media reporting of just, well, here's the pro, here's the con. And I'm not hearing much from this reporter telling me what she thinks about it. I'll tell you what I think. I'm not in favor of this. And I see LAPD misusing this. I'm not a fan of police departments using drones all over the place. I mean, if they just use them for what they say, we're just going to use them for like an active shooter and not put people in harm's way and get intel as to where the person's barricaded that we couldn't have got otherwise. That all sounds good on paper, but they're just going to start using them everywhere. And that bugs me. So I don't like living in a surveillance state. Thanks for watching the show.